computer. We got the cloud here. All right, we are recording, and I want to welcome everyone to the family tree. How's everybody doing? Wave your hands if you can see me and everything's good.
That's what's up.
Yeah, you got the
Yes, sir.
activity of your limbs, and you're doing good, and you're feeling good.
Yeah, you know that's
Nobody
right.
got on your last African American, Cherokee, Igbo line
Well,
today.
they may have gotten on there, but I refuse to let them get to me. I know that's right.
Yes,
Yes,
and I
sir.
want to thank you. This is the Family Tree, and what we talk about today is holistic health and also the things that are going on in the world. We got some craziness going on still,
Ooh, yes.
pandemic, and it's good to know that people in the right mind and the right spirit are going forward in the world going backwards. So we're going
Yes.
to talk about solutions tonight,
All
solutions
right. That's what's
that
up.
you may have going on. So at any point in time, if you have a question, just go down to your chat, actual the chat area, and you can raise your hand. And if you got a question, pull on in, and we want to ask the question. We're going to put it to the tree, and we're going to try to answer those questions tonight. All right. I hope that everyone has been watching the news. Lots going on. So, Big B, I
Yes,
want to give an
sir.
introduction to my co-host over there. He is
That's
Big
what's up.
Bill,
That's
One L Morgan. Let's
that's
give
what's
Bill
up.
a hand. Bill
Yes, sir.
Morgan.
That's what's up. What's up?
All
What's
right.
up?
And Bill's going to start us off with some of the latest in the COVID news. What's happening in the news, Big B?
Man, listen. You know what? It's as always updated as of 16 minutes. It's interesting. When I always get this, I'm about 16 minutes in, so that's kind of cool. Maybe
Right.
they got my clock set, so
They
I'm
got you
always get
set,
it.
man.
Okay, guys, here we go. We're looking at right now total confirmed cases around the world, guys, at 125,316,310. You get that? 125,316,310. Now, remember, I'm going to put these numbers into the chat so that when we put out the piece that we do each week, the chat box, you'll actually have all the numbers always directly in there. Now, total critical, guys, we're looking at 95,583. That's 91,583. Total deceased worldwide, 2,754,801. Still creeping. Some of that stuff, listen, Dr. Ball, that stuff's creeping up our back and it's coming back at
Yes,
some point.
absolutely.
Okay.
It's coming back. Absolutely.
Guys, remember, listen, take care, take care, take care. Total active at this point, 24,424,210. Once again, 24,424,210. Total recovered. There's my drum roll. Total
That was
recovered, guys. I know that's right. Way to go, Dr. B. Way to go, Dr. B. Total recovered, guys, 101,140,791.
wow. Did y'all hear that,
Yay!
Okay,
y'all?
you
Did
hear
y'all
that?
hear that? Did you hear
Exactly.
Yay!
that?
Those are the
Bill,
numbers that we never get.
say that
Okay.
one more
Here
time.
we
One
go.
more time.
Total recovered, guys. 101,146,791. That's the magic.
That's a lot of people recovering,
A
y'all.
lot of folk, y'all.
We always talk about, that same list. If you are joining us for the very first time, and you can go right to the list
Yes.
that we have on that website. B, give them that website again.
Of course, our website that we get this wonderful information is ncove2019.live. That's ncov2019.live. Live. Listen, remember, put together by a young high school senior doing a project. But guess what? And remember, one of the great things about this, he charges nobody to reproduce this information for us. So we get it for absolutely nothing. That's what's
Yep.
up.
Yes, the young man he started this journey off when there was less than 100 people diagnosed with
Yes,
the
yes.
COVID-19. It was a young man about 18 years old from Oregon as a school project. And what he did, he just had what's called data mining. It's called data mining,
Mm-hmm.
where he put together a website, and it actually pulled the epidemiologist reports from all around the world. And he was just doing this to see if he can do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out that it's the most successful website probably in the world right now because it gives the most update and accurate numbers when it comes to
Yes.
COVID. So where Bill is pulling those numbers, it goes into quick facts. If you want to know what's going on as far as what is really going on in the world, where is it going on in a place where you may have family, and whether it's a city, a state, a country, wherever, it's going to have
Yes.
those numbers and in real time. And when we say real time, the updates come every 5, 10, 15 minutes at
Yes.
a time.
Yes.
So they're
Yes. Yes. Yes.
constantly pulling. So, Bill, when you pull those numbers up, just to give you an idea, when Bill was reading the numbers, I refreshed my screen, and my screen may have added another 1,000 people.
That quickly.
As far as that
quick.
quick, that's how fast this thing moves. So that is a website I would definitely encourage everyone to stay up on. Put it on your phone, put it on your desktop. Let it be something that you know where we are. We talk about, I talked about a couple of weeks ago on the radio show on WRD. We did a show on the gut, how we looked at the population where people were from versus how many people were actually sick. And those people that lived in places that had good eating habits had less the issues than those who had a high gluten diet. They're the ones that had the big issues, the gluten issues. So today I want to go into anyone that's having any issues with gluten. I'm seeing a lot of people with insulin resistant issues. That means insulin resistant, meaning that you can't get the nutrients into the cell. So we tend to have diabetes, of course, on a high rise. But not being able to get the energy in the cell means that you're malnutrition. You know what? The majority of people that I sit down with when they come in the office, when we do the numbers, whether it's the RM3A or if you're starting to do the urine analysis, guess what? Everybody's malnutrition. Everybody's malnutrition. It's amazing. I sit there and say, wow, it's like everyone is starving. They said in 1947, the food doesn't have 47% of its nutrients. In 1947. So what does that mean right now?
That's crazy.
There's no nutrients in the food. So what is it? Your objective, your goal, you must get your food together, y'all. You got to get your gut together. You got to get that gut in order. You got to start to read the labels. If you're in a area in your neighborhood where they're servicing, your foods, whether it's your vegetables and fruits, you need to start pulling the produce manager to the side and say, hey, who's the produce manager in here? Big B, you got to stand up sometime. You say, hey, can I speak to this produce manager in here? Because there's a produce manager in every fruit and vegetable store. Y'all know that, right? You make sure you pull them aside and say, hey, can you get something better than this right here?
Yeah.
Because it seems like...
And they got to respond.
They got to respond. So just want to throw that out there. Family, start to get your gut in order. Start to do the cleanse. This is the change of seasons. We just crossed over the equinox. Now everything's supposed to get lighter. So at the same time, hopefully everyone is cleansing now. We talk about the colon cleanse. Y'all see the colon cleanse? Can you see that, Big B?
Yes, I can see it.
Oh, wait a minute.
It pops in and out.
Oh, man. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying.
That's because he's trying to be cute and have his back.
No, wait a minute. There it is. There we
go. Right there.
I tell you, this
right there.
The graphics and stuff, man. You see, there it is, right there. There it is. Hopefully. Oh well. Anyway, do a cleanse. Doesn't have to be my cleanse. Do any cleanse. Got it? Right. I want you to get it. Keep it going. Keep it moving. All right. All right. Let's start asking some questions today, y'all. Hope y'all got some good stuff to talk about. I see a couple of questions going on already. Big B, we got some questions already.
Yeah,
I have hands. I have. Is that Kareem? Karam?
Karam,
I'm sorry. Karam, how you doing, brother? Karam.
I'm great. Yeah, I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, my brother.
All right, good. Question I've been trying to ask for a few weeks now regarding water, magnetic water. Have you ever heard? Is there a thing? I have a device here, which I bought over 20 years ago, probably from some network marketing company.
Okay.
And when I joined the Zoom here a couple of weeks ago, and you were talking about water, and I took copious notes. I pulled out this machine and wanted to ask you about that. I cleaned it up. Can you talk about magnetic water and this device? And also, I have a magnetic shower head too.
Okay.
Where the water goes through, but I haven't used them over 20 years, so I want to know if it's beneficial, if I should get back to using them or not.
All right, let's break down magnetic water. All right, remember we always talk about male, female principles. Y'all remember that? Male, female principles. Okay, male principle is go, right? That's go. Female principle is stop. Got it? So you got everything in life is either male or female. You walking, you're talking, everything. Remember, male is go, female is stop. Got it? So you know we use the example if you have two, always one is male, one is female. So we use the expression. Remember we talk about the jaw, right? And I'm gonna get around to the magnetic water. Believe it or not, I'm gonna get there.
Okay.
What this got to do with that? All right. I was like, wait a minute, what's this got to do with my water? It's got to do with male female principle. So you got an upper jaw and you got a lower jaw, right? One's male, one's female, right? Which one is male? If you moving your jaw like this,
That's the male.
which one is male? Top or the bottom?
Bottom.
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 Why?
It's
Because
moving.
it's moving.
Action.
Exactly.
Male is always action. Female is stop. Remember? You walking. When you moving forward, one foot's moving forward, one is resting. One's male, one's female, right? One moving
Yes.
forward, male, female's resting. Same thing with everything in life. You breathe in, you breathe out. One's male, one's female. Which one's male?
Breathe out. In.
Breathing out.
Breathing in is
Breathing in is male or female?
Female.
breathing in.
Female.
Female.
All right. Some people are saying female, some people are saying male.
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 Karen, what are you saying? Male or female? Breathing in is male or
Well,
female?
I got this wrong 2 weeks ago, so I think you should pass on me. Tonight.
He said he didn't write it down. He didn't write it down.
No, I wrote it down.
Okay. All right. So if you're breathing
I
in,
got it.
what?
I got it. Male is exhale.
There you
Female
go.
is the nurturer. Female is inhale. Male is exhale when breathing.
Got it. Okay. So I'm setting you up for that to move you into now male versus female when it comes to magnetism
Yes,
and electricity. One's male, one's female. Which one is which? Magnetism and electricity. One is male, the other one's female. Not everybody to answer at one time. Did my mic just go off?
Say it again.
I think my mic just went off.
Electricity is male.
Male, yes.
Okay, who said
Yes.
that? Melody?
I agree.
Yes.
Melody said that electricity is male. Anybody
Yes.
believe that?
I
Yeah,
agree with
I
that.
agree.
I agree with that.
Everybody riding with Melody on that?
Yes.
Yes.
Who said
Yes.
that electricity is female?
Nobody's committing, Dr. Paul.
Yeah, nobody want to raise their hand on that. Alfie, you put your hand down. All right. Okay, you're absolutely right, Melody. That is correct. So electricity is male. Got it? And magnetism is female. Remember what nurtures the body is magnetism. Got it? So every cell in your body, whether every white blood cell and red blood cell, when they're at their maximum energy, where they're doing the best, they're going to be magnetized. Got it? That's female. That's alkaline. Got it? So that's the key of why that thing is called a magnetic filter. You got it? Because it alkalizes, ionizes. That means if there's any bad pollutants, which are positive charge, which are male principle, it flips them into a negative ion. So actually it's supposed to work just like an ionizer. So that's actually a good machine. If it's is that a machine that has to change filters of any kind that you know? Karen?
No, there's no filter. There's just a big magnet here. It goes
Right.
through the funnel.
Right.
And there's a big magnet, and the same with the shower head, no filter.
So what you would do is test that water. You can test it yourself. You have what's called hydrogen drops. Okay, hydrogen drops you can buy at a local store. You can buy it at a pool shop. And then you would take regular water, test it, and then see what the charge is. And then you can then run the water through that filter and then test it again. If it raises up, you know it's working. You got it? There you go. That's
Thank
exactly what you
you.
would do. See, magnetism always supports the alkalinity of the body. That's why you always try to get alkaline based foods. When you buy batteries, you buy what? Alkaline batteries. Got it? That's the female magnetism. She always brings things together. Got it? That's what magnetism is about. That's when also when your body, you know how you ever see somebody with the chicken arms, nobody in this spot right here.
Chicken arm.
The chicken arms,
Chicken arms.
The bat wings.
the flap wings,
Oh,
yeah.
bat wings.
Bat wings.
The bat wings.
Wow.
Well, that is actually because the muscle has lost its magnetism. You got it? It lost its ability to hold itself together. You lost either the male or female charge. So that's why, when you lift weights and work out and things like that, the muscle starts to gain strength and energy. It gains its magnetism. That's why it tightens up. Got it? But when you lose that, that's when it starts to get flabby. Got it? Y'all got it?
Okay, thanks.
So
Thanks, Dr.
great, Karam. Excellent, man. Send me that, man. I'd love to take a look at that. All right? I'd love to take a look at that. They got a lot of good stuff out here, but, ultimately, you got to say, if they're going to alter any water, that would be like an extreme point. If you just had no water and you had to do with whatever you had to do with, then, that's the last resort,
Yeah.
Yes.
I did email it to you with pictures about
Okay.
2 weeks ago.
Where did you
So,
DM on that?
I'll
Is that
do
an
it again.
Instagram or which one do you do?
Regular email.
Oh, regular email.
Regular
Okay.
email.
Okay. All right. So
Yes.
definitely let me check a look at that, man. I'm going to look back in there. Send it to me again, okay?
Yeah,
I'd
make
love
sure
to
you-
see that.
Make sure you
Okay.
check your spam
I
folder.
love to look at the good stuff, man. Because remember, family, always remember the science. You can't never mix it up if you remember the science. Got it? Perfect system created by genius. Don't break the rules. They know people don't know science. So if you stick to the science, that'll disprove any bad science that's out there. Got it?
That's right.
All right. Thank you, Karam. That was excellent, man. Excellent. Helen, we got Helen over there. Helen?
How you doing, Dr. Paul and Bill,
Hi,
everyone?
Helen.
All right. Doing well.
Great. So my question is, I got a couple of questions, but the first one is in regards to the cleansers, the blood cleanser and the colon cleanse. How many times a year should that be done?
Every change of seasons. That's at least 4 times. Every change of season, beginning of every summer, winter, spring, fall, you should be doing something. Because if seasons support, the body's going in a different rhythm. It's a different cycle. There's rhythmic changes that happen as the earth is rotating, the sun, the moon, and the rotation of the earth. That same thing is happening inside of us. We have this thing called the pineal gland, but right above the pineal gland is called the third ventricle. And it actually is like when they looked inside of this thing, it blew their mind because they said, well, what is that? When they saw it, they would put it under a microscope, and over the third eye, or what we call the pineal gland, it just looked like this thing that looked like the sun. And around it just rotated these little objects that looked like the universe. They couldn't figure out what this was.
Wow.
But they knew that when something in the constellation moves, it moves. And it's inside of all of us. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. So that means that shows that we always say to know thyself, because if you know thyself, then you know the universe, because the universe is inside of you. Isn't that a beautiful concept? That's beautiful. So that same concept and understanding is what happens, when you're connected. So yeah, pineal gland, system, rhythm, cycles, things like that. Every change of seasons, okay?
Okay, so my next question is in regards to sugar. Now, as an alternative, can we use dates or stevia?
You said what now?
as an alternative to sugar, can stevia leaf be used or dates?
Oh, sure. I mean, just as long as the dates have not been processed or they're not genetically modified in any way. They are modifying dates. I'm going to tell y'all right now. They're
big time.
modifying the dates. Any
time.
sugar, they're modifying the beets also. You know, they had to push out Monsanto, which everybody knows who's Monsanto, right? They had to push them out of Hawaii about 4 or 5 years ago, because when they started doing, they know people are addicted to sugar. So how do we mass market this thing of sugar without having to pay the price of cane sugar? We can do that by growing beets. But if we genetically modify it, we can even cut it even more. So they started to plant these massive amounts of beet farms all over places like Hawaii. So when they're doing this, they're spraying it. There are tons and tons of spraying of this thing, these herbicides and these glyphosates and things, to the point where the people in Hawaii started having what's called pneumothoraxes, which means that your lungs literally just collapsing.
Wow.
The people's lungs were collapsing in Hawaii. You're in paradise. And people were getting these fumes. So the people in Hawaii got together and said, y'all got to go. And literally kicked Monsanto off the island. You got it? But they're the largest mass producers of beets, because they know people are addicted to the sugar. So they just moved it over to Puerto Rico. You got it? So that's what's happening right now. So watch the beets, watch the dates, just make sure they're not processed. Unrefined is what you're looking for.
Now, what about the stevia? Is the stevia okay?
Stevia can be modified also. There's a lot of people who are getting away with the xylitol and all the different things. Any modifications other than unrefined is modified. Got it? There's 2 other ones that's called maltodextrin and polydextrin. They're being put in a lot of health drinks. So you may have a health drink right now and you'll look in it, or you may have a health bar. And if you look at that little bar, it may say natural, granola, all organic, everything. And then it'll have in there maltodextrin. Well, guess what? The glycemic index for regular sugar is about 60. Maltodextrin starts at 160.
Whoa.
You got that? Polydextrin, 160. So here you have, a lot of the sports drinks. You'll go into a lot of the health stores and you'll see a lot of those protein drinks and things like that. And then people will say, well, you know what? I'm going to live a healthier diet and I'm going to get off all of this other stuff. I'm just going to have my protein drink. And they may be diabetic. And then when they go into the doctor, they say, Doc, I've been on my green drink. I've been doing, not my green drink, I've been doing this protein drink and it's got all this stuff in it. And then when they go back in, the numbers are sky high. And they're wondering, what is going on? Well, what are you doing? Well, I've just been doing this one protein drink. Well, that one protein drink, the one thing that's spiking it is the maltodextrin. Got it? So watch out for it. Look for that in, maybe if Prophetess or someone could put that in the chat, I want you to look that up. Look for all your food. It is a sugar alternative. It is a insulin spike. Okay? It will cause your insulin to take an incredible jump. And if you are diabetic, you do not want to have maltodextrin. They put it in potato chips, especially them barbecue chips, y'all.
I know that's right.
Yeah, I just stepped on somebody's barbecue chips. So you'll see it also in cakes, cookies, pies, even the health bars. You're going to see maltodextrin. Got it? You cannot get past real sugar. You got to get the real thing, unrefined. Got it? All right, Helen?
Yes. Yes. The last question is about your teeth. The mercury that you were stating that was in the wisdom teeth. What is replacement for that? And should I tell my dentist to replace the mercury to get it out?
They usually have an amalgamated filling that they use that's non-toxic. That's what they have. You got to do your research. You got to tell him to give you the research, though, okay? Because there are some, but that's where I would say you need to speak to a biological dentist, Got it? A biological dentist. Call your coverage for your dental coverage and ask who is the closest biological dentist. That is like a naturopath that does dentistry. Got it?
Okay,
And
thank you.
usually they can tell you what's best or what's recommended for your teeth. Got it? But it's a form of amalgamated non-toxic one. I remember when my son was in, I took my son to the dentist, and they tried to say my son needed, braces and a whole lot of other stuff. And I just ended up laughing. I said, there's no way he's going to get all this stuff. His teeth have to grow, and it's going to be a natural process. And guess what? They move right in place. They move right in place. You don't have to do a lot of things. You just have to train the body to do what it's naturally going to do, and it'll correct itself. So even when there are some natural things that you can do, like the sesame oil pulling, that can help with cavities and things like that, to help regenerate enamel, things like that. So, yeah, just ask for a biological dentist. They can help you out.
Someone was asking about monk fruit, Dr. Paul.
Monk fruit is good too, just as long as it's unrefined. Okay. Monk fruit, yep.
And raw cane sugar?
Raw cane sugar, again, remember, family, it's just unrefined. If it's unrefined, you're good to go. When they refine it, they strip it out. Remember, who's the greatest refiner? We are the greatest refiners, right? So you don't want something already refined. If it's already refined, then it's already dead. You got it? So keep that in mind, all right? All right, who else we got here? Is that good? I think we answered that one. We got Herb. Herb?
Yes, sir.
What's going on, my brother?
Just got one question. What do you do about calluses?
Calluses. Where are the calluses? On the feet? On the hands? Where?
Oh, my apologies. Definitely the feet.
Well, you can use a lot of things for calluses. We use moisturizers. You got to keep it moist, start to break down the callus. It depends on how, because, you get some guitar players, get them on there. Ask that Alfie Pilot over there. He get calluses on his fingers sometimes, I bet, from playing the piano so good over there. So I know he gets them. But yeah, you can actually use things like soaks. I usually would say soaks in like the Himalayan salt soaks. Okay, that's what I would use. And also I would moisturize with things like the coconut oil, the aloe vera gel, things like that. All those moisturizers. Lavender oil does an excellent one also. Lavender oil. Just something that soaks, that actually along with that sort of moisturizes. But because you always have to keep the moisture. For a callus to start, it's going to dry up. It gets real hard.
Exactly right.
But also watch the shoes you're wearing. The shoes you're wearing has something to do with that. So, when you make sure you have the proper shoes, because how
would you determine that? I wouldn't know.
Well, certain types of shoes will shape the foot in the wrong direction, and then you now start to press on certain areas, that you're not normally, you normally don't move in. See, we do a whole thing. That we have a way of looking at your shoes, and you can tell a sickness that somebody has by looking at the shoes. Yeah, you can actually look at your shoes, right? You notice how some of your shoes may turn in a certain way on all your shoes. Think about that. It may wear in one part of on your shoe. On your shoe. Like on the heel. They say, well, exactly. All my shoes got a little on the right side, on that side. That's because you walking that way. That may mean that your hip is out of place. If your foot is like this, let me show you. Can y'all see me? Yeah. All right. So if your feet are like this, right? If your feet are like this, right? This is how you can tell. Lay down on the bed, or lay on a flat floor. I'm sorry. Don't lay on the bed. Lay on the flat floor. And if your feet just lay straight like this and let them go. If your feet go like this, if one foot goes like this, that means that hip is out. Your hip is out of alignment.
That's nice and easy.
Your hip is out of alignment. If one other side falls, that means that one's out.
Wow.
Now, if you got both of them going like that, both your hips is out of place.
Oh, Lord. Oh, my goodness.
So I have to
Oh,
see a
my goodness.
chiropractor for that?
Yes, you need a chiropractor. Absolutely.
What's the one that you recommend? Because I didn't get the information last time.
Yes, I have a brother that's right at Dr. Lane, Dr. Jean Lane, and he may come on one day. I'm going to bring him on. He's just one of there's a few that I have, but they're not doing it because of the COVID-19. But he's one of the only ones still doing it right now. His name is Dr. Lane, Dr. Jean Lane, Jean. He's French, brother from Haiti, and he is 7337 Frankfurt Avenue. Okay. And did y'all get that number last time, right? I think I gave that number out before.
I think you did, yes.
That's what I'm saying. I missed that part.
Okay. Let me get the number for you. Hold on. Let me see here. Phone froze up. Yes, his number is 917-803-3818. Okay. And there's a Dr. G also. My man, Dr. G. He's up around Harvey, off of was it Harvey? Yeah, he's off of Harvey, not too far off of East Falls area. And he's very good too, but I believe he's still not active yet because of the COVID. But I will keep you posted though. But
Okay.
Dr. Jean is definitely taking clients now and new clients, so he's good. He's very good.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what's happening. Your feet. So when you walk, if you're one of your side of your feet or your hip is out of alignment, then when you walk, you're gonna walk like this. You got it? So that means you're gonna wear certain part of your shoe out. And that's why you're going to notice that you can look at your shoes. There's a way that we look at your shoes and we can tell if your hip's out of alignment just by looking at your shoes.
You know
That's
what?
pretty cool.
I'm checking mine right now. I realize I'm in bad shape. Yeah, Bo. Yeah, I am in bad shape.
Yeah. I have my shoes, right? The front part of my shoe always looks like this. And that's because that's the way I walk, like this, right? And my grandma said she said there's an old folks saying that if your shoes, guys, y'all ever see the shoes with your toes shoot up like that? She said you gonna be rich one day. She said, old folks said you gonna be rich. Every time your shoes go up like that, that means you always try to be somewhere. That's an old folks saying right there, that your shoes go up. So brothers, but also remember, brothers used to have the roach killers. You remember the roach killers? The Jones, the shoes look like this. That will cause bunions on your feet. Same thing, women. When you have the pointy toe shoes will cause bunions, because now your feet will move forward in, and then when your weight presses down on there for long periods of time, you can start wearing out very critical parts of your tendons in your foot. So you got to be careful with that. All right. Yes.
One last question.
Yes.
Can you recommend a good foot doctor for me?
Yes, there is a brother that is a good friend of mine, and if I do this, he's gonna come at me and say, "What did you do?" I'm gonna put him on blast.
That's right.
He is Dr. Matthias. He is a podiatrist. He's
Can you
down,
spell
I
his
believe. Yes. Let me see if I can get that before we leave. Okay. I got to look him up. Him up for you. All right.
Okay.
And while we're talking, I'll see if I can grab him. Okay. But he's one of the best podiatrists that, good friend of mine. I used to work over at Center in the Park in Germantown. Very good brother, though. Very good. All right.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thanks, sir. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. All right. Who else we have here? Stacy. How you doing, Stacy?
Stacy, you hiding?
Stacy,
I'm
what,
here.
what you eating, Stacy? What you
She
eating?
got caught with her mouth open.
I'm
Come on,
eating.
Stacey.
Yeah. I'm sorry you called me. You called me,
Yes, I did.
but
How you doing?
All right. How you doing?
Yes,
All right,
we're
hanging in
doing
there.
good. Oh my God. I just want to thank you for everything that you have offered. I've been listening to you since last 2019 October. After praying to the Lord, saying, "Lord, if you don't help me get healthy, I don't know what to do." And I found you on the radio.
Wow.
That was nothing but Jesus. So I just say,
God is
Jesus,
good.
thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right.
God is good.
So I had a couple of questions. I wanted to know about the shungite.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you place it on your person in relation to like your cell phone, or if you have something in your ear?
Yeah. See, you wouldn't want, for example, can y'all see this right here? That's shungite right there.
Okay.
Yep, on your arm.
See where I have it? I have it on my
Yes.
wrist. You know,
Yes.
I keep one on my wrist.
Okay.
I also keep one right here, like maybe next to my computer.
Okay.
With other stones. This is an Amazonite.
Okay.
Very good.
This is just a lot of different stones. Remember, to have something on your ear, you should have something if you're using a Bluetooth. Got it?
Okay.
So you should, you have to have something on the phone. In this case, with the whenever you have that, you should have a Wave Shield or something on the phone. Now they do have them. There's one company called Wave Shield. It's called Wave Shield.
Yeah.
Wave Shield. Okay. Okay, give me a second here. The Wave Shield was invented by the same gentleman that actually, the astronauts at NASA that actually deal that. Yes. Hold on for a second. Let me just make this point. So the you ever see the shields that the astronauts have on their
Yes.
Yeah, we
front?
see him.
Yes.
Okay, so there's a shield. There's a shield. Come on, y'all gotta mute. You gotta mute. Gotta mute. Gotta
Hey
mute.
guys, mute yourself, guys.
Mute yourself. Make sure you mute.
Pat myself
Okay.
on the back. She knows she does this.
Okay, guys.
Okay. Make sure you mute. Somebody's
yourselves,
still on.
guys.
So the Wave Shield is, inside of there, what blocks radiation. The same guy that created it for the astronauts has created a device that goes right on your phone. You can go right to the website. It's called Wave Shield. Okay, Wave Shield. It's a diode. It's a form of a diode. Okay. And let me see if I can grab it. The Wave Shield. Maybe somebody else can pull it up right now. But it's a Wave Shield, and it's a device.
They put it in everything.
For cell phone.
In your ear?
No, this is what I want to make a point. Hold on, let me see if I can grab it. Radio protection.
Too much. That's what tastes in those.
Here it is, right here. I got it right here.
Spike your sugar.
I think I have it right here.
High.
So what you do is you put this on. You have to have one on the phone.
Yes.
You have to have one on the phone and on the device that you have in your ear. So it's a little one that goes on.
That could be on you.
Really, right? Because some people believe that they only have to have it on the phone, but no. See, remember, when you're walking next to something that has electromagnetic field, if you have a cell phone, say for instance, you pick up your cell phone, right? You pick up your cell phone and you're walking past a television. Well, your phone is already electromagnetic field. Then it's going to pull extra from that TV or whatever you're walking by. So extra is going to your head. So what you got to do, you got to keep, for whatever reason, you got to keep one on the actual, piece that's in your ear and on the phone. Got it? Okay. So you're trying to bring down the frequency so that you can handle it.
Right.
And that's the point right there.
All right.
I'm gonna try to get this one here. I can't find it. Wave Shield. Yeah, this is actually, there's a lot of them out there though, but this particular one is by a gentleman, and it's called the Wave Shield.
Wave Shield.
The Wave Shield. Wave Shield. And let me see if I can find his microwave. Yeah, Wave Shield cell phone radiation protection. Yeah, Wave Shield. Here it is, right here. Let's see.
ABE, I guess.
Yeah, so it's a small device. It's just small. It's like they have both a silver. It's like a mesh, and then they have a gold one. The gold is a better mesh for it.
Okay.
If you can get the gold one, that's even the better one. That's
Okay.
the better
All
one.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it just goes right over the earpiece, right where you have it, the earpiece. It'll go right there. Now
Okay.
you also have these stones that go on the back too. They stick to the back of your phone. And you can buy this at a lot of the herbal stores, like Pollock Herbs and Vitamin Center in
Yes.
Broad Street. He has the stones also. You stick
Okay.
them. They got a little sticker on the back, and you stick them right on the back of your phone. So what is it doing? That means when you turn your phone on, that's the hottest point in which the tower is attaching to your phone. So
Right.
you should have it on. You should never turn your phone on and have it up against your head. You never do that. You turn it on and you sit it down. You got it? Make sure it's away from you. Never sleep with these next
No.
to your head. Got it?
No.
It
No.
should be far away from you. Don't sit there and have it next to your bed at night. A lot of people are having headaches and don't know why. It's a lot of it has to do with the electromagnetic field that's coming from their phone.
Okay.
It is also causing a lot of people with shoulder problems.
Yes.
Okay.
A lot of people are having shoulder problems. All of a sudden, you got a little pain in the shoulder. I don't know what it is. All of a sudden. Yep. Making the body acid or acidosis. Remember, electricity or those waves are not alkaline, not magnetized. They're electronics. So that's going to be male principle. That's slamming against your cells. Got it? Now
Okay.
starting to tear down the cells. Now that sends your cells in a state of acid or acidosis. So now your body's trying to correct the problem because you now have inflammation. So I'm going to grab it from your bones. So I'm going to start pulling it from the calcium out of your bones. Now you got all these aches and pains. Oh, my goodness. That's actually why we say 5G is a problem, because it's making the body acidic. God,
Okay.
it's like it's cooking your cells. It's literally cooking your cells. That's what it's doing. Now, can you imagine all of our homes? We have Wi-Fi technology with, of course,
Yep.
everybody got internet. That's why everybody's here listening right now, right?
Right
Yeah.
But also add on top of that your electric meter, your gas meter, your water meter.
Yeah, wow.
Got it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Now, wait a minute, I ain't done yet. Add now your next door neighbor and the neighbor down the street and your whole
Across
block.
the street and everything.
You got
Oh my
me?
gosh. Okay.
You see what I'm going now?
Yeah.
See, you're now in an electromagnetic field now. And it's really bad. And that's wondering why people in those apartment complexes, everybody in there got cancer. What's going on?
Mhm.
Don't know why
Oh.
everybody got arthritis. Everybody got cancer or something going on. Got me? Has a
Oh,
lot to do with electromagnetic field. They don't want to address it. It's a huge issue because
Okay.
now as we're going with, 5G, they already got 6G in China.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I
Yes.
can't do it.
They already at the 6th generation already. They're doing
Okay.
some things that you couldn't possibly imagine with advertising. They're making things realer than real life, themselves.
Okay.
So yeah, always cover yourself. Keep something on you at all time, family. That's why I keep the
Okay.
shungite on me. Keep it on me
Okay.
at all times. Something, whether it's the shield, whether it's a stone, keep something around your neck. See something.
Right.
Got it?
Okay.
Dr. Paul.
Okay.
Alright.
The other thing
Oh,
I
I'm
had
sorry.
to ask was, what about your microwave oven?
Yep. What about it?
Get rid of it. I mean, I thought about that because I was just
Hey,
going
I told
online
y'all
and it
the
was
last.
talking about
Yes.
the shungite, people would put stones near their television or their router, but is it like, do you just need to get rid of the microwave or what?
I tell you, the best thing you can do is that 9-in-1. You remember I told you the 9-in-1s are they're big hits now. The 9-in-1 is the oven machines that are actually the air fryers, the broilers, the baking, the convectional heaters. They put the convectional ovens, all of them.
Alright.
Get the big one. Get the big one,
I have
square
one.
one.
I have the big
And
square
I'm
one.
telling you, people are really. And I can actually tell you that the people that are coming through with high levels of cholesterol, because I'm telling you, the issue that people who are on statins, if anybody in here is on a statin, you need to be paying attention. This stuff is absolutely going back to oils. the refined oil, specifically that canola oil. I'm gonna tell you that canola oil is the devil.
I know that's right.
The canola oil is the devil. I'm telling you, they put it in everything. It's everywhere. I want you to go through your cabinet and you pick out as much stuff, and it's going to have canola oil all in it. Got it? It's a refined oil. It's from the rapeseed. It happened back during the war. They wanted to grease. They actually manufactured this as a synthetic to actually grease ammunition and car parts. They just modified it down for human consumption. Well, what do we call it? Well, it is oil, and it is from Canada. Canola. That's it.
Canola.
You got me? So this stuff is everywhere. So watch that. That's what's causing a lot of problems. So when I tell people about that and they pull off of that and they get one of those 9-in-1s, game changer. They come back in, no more cholesterol, no more plaque on the arteries and the veins. Start to take that red onion. You know, we talk about the red onion all the time, right? You know, get that red onion. Get on that number 9 red onion, y'all. If you got somebody with deep leg thrombosis, swelling in the ankles and the knees, all that stuff, you start to do that red onion. Start to pull that stuff right off your body. It's amazing. It's amazing. Yes.
Right. The other thing was
okay, one more.
The Comfrey.
Yes.
I bought it loose. I took it once, and then I just went online looking it up. Is it okay to drink it, or just is it topical only?
Okay. All right. This is I gotta tell you the whole story. Yeah, we went over this before. Okay, comfrey, number 1, is one of the oldest herbs on the planet. Okay, grows wild. It is. Some say it's been a hybrid. I can't find anything that says that because I tracked it all the way back to ancient Israelites that used to use it. It tightens the skin, adds electromagnetism to the body. It's good for bone, joints, ligaments, connective tissue. It's good for all this stuff. But what happens when people started taking it, it started recovering them from hip issues, from hip operations, from knee surgeries, and a whole lot of back problems. So they said there was a mass movement to remove comfrey off the market. So what they did, they started marketing, and they said, well, we're going to get this off. So they did a study. Whenever you want to move something off the market, they do a study.
Yes.
And they said that these rats and mice that we treated, we gave them the comfrey and their liver failed. So now you can't have it.
That's what it
said. That's what it said, right?
Yeah, that's what
all
I
right.
read.
So here's what they're doing. They're going to overdose the subject so that they basically listen what they said. They gave the animals or these mice or rats the comfrey, but they never gave them water. You got it? Study never says they gave them water. See, your liver can't function properly without water. So any herb, it demands water, just like comfrey demands water, or else it's going to shut you down. So they started to now remove comfrey out of all products, even as herbalists. And stores like the herbal stores, they cannot put comfrey in other products. Got it? So they'll sell you that. They can sell it to you, but they can't sell it to you in a combination of herbs because of that. Now follow me now. So now they'll tell you, and they'll put it on the outside of the bag that this is for external use only.
Yes.
now let me tell you how stupid this is. This is really doesn't make any sense, because now you're telling me I can bathe in this, I can make a tea and I can bathe in this, but I can't drink it. But that makes no sense at all. Because the largest organ in your body is what? Is your skin. So you're absorbing it faster taking a bath than you would be drinking it. So it makes no sense. You got me? Yes. So that's why comfrey, let me tell you, there have been cases where comfrey has been excellent. Like I said, the ancient Israelites used to use it because it tightens the skin. The skin. You remember we just talked about the flabby arms, right?
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Men, it tightens the skin, makes your muscles strong, brings magnetism back, gives you that cut. And they used to take it because it makes the skin, gives it that sort of like that shiny, elasticity type thing with the skin.
Yes.
Because when they went into battle, it was hard to cut you. That's why they used to
Yes.
use a lot of the comfrey.
Okay.
So it's high also in iron, very, very high in iron. So if anyone has an iron deficiency, very high in iron. And guess what? Grows like crazy out in Fairmount Park.
Where?
I'm gonna tell you.
I'm gonna set me up a truck on the street, Dr. Paul selling.
Yeah,
Ain't that crazy? Ain't it crazy? It's crazy. Fairmount Park got some stuff out there, y'all. Let me tell you. Fairmount Park got some stuff out there. You go out there and you come out there with grocery bags full of stuff.
Oh my. Oh my.
Shopping in the woods.
Dr. Paul.
Okay, thank you.
All right. I got Alfie down there. Alfie, I don't think he has it. Alfie, go ahead, Alfie. I hear you, man.
Okay, so I'm at the laptop a good bit of the day. So what is the best to combat the radiation from laptop? I do have some shungite. I have a medallion. I could maybe lay it by it or whatever.
Yeah. You can use something that I use, man. You notice that here I am. I use this thing called Amazonite. See this right here? AMAZONITE. Amazonite.
Okay.
That's an excellent one right here. See this right here? Can y'all see that?
Yes, we can see
It's like a turquoise, a turquoise color.
Okay.
It actually has a little reflecting of the lead in this. So this sits right in front of my monitors. All my monitors have one in front of it.
Okay.
Got it? Throw it that way. Throw it that way. Throw it that way. Got it? That's what it's doing. Keeps it away from me. Got it? Keeps it away from you. Keep it away from your cells. That's what it does. It's a shield. This is a shield. See, it's a nice size too. See right there?
Yeah.
Get you a piece of that Amazonite. You know, you can also put the shungite stones. They have shungites or any black stone. Any black stone. So you can do like a tourmaline. Okay? You can do a black onyx. You can do any black stone. You can do a black granite. You can also do another one's called labradorite. You know, all of these are stones that reflect radiation. Bring it down. Okay? Shut it down. You can also, there's people that take, there you go. I see you, Herb. That looks like that's like the shungite.
That's so, yeah.
That's a shungite. Okay. Also, people take the shungite and put it in water. You can put this in your water, and it cleans your water. Gives that little added extra energy into the water. Okay, so you can get a little small one like this. Got it? See that? Very light, though. Very light. It's a meteorite.
I have a question.
Yeah.
You had asked me if maybe I might be able to play something short on the keyboard.
Okay. You gonna play something for us?
I can do that.
Oh, go ahead, man. Go ahead. I'm gonna give you floor right now.
Tell me if you can see the shot of the camera. Hold on. Overhead. Let me see.
Do y'all know who Alfie Pilot is? Yeah, do y'all see who Alfie Pilot is?
Certainly can.
Do y'all know? If y'all don't know who Alfie Pilot is, right. Alfie Pilot was ahead of all those Philly international hits. Alfie, tell them your story, man. Tell them. I don't want to steal your thunder.
No, but you're my publicist. you already
Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. Alfie, we did a tribute to Philly International. I'm sure y'all might have heard that not too long about. What was it? 2 years ago, Alfie?
It was called Philly Beats. It was at the Clef Club.
And it was at the Clef Club. We did all the Philly International hits.
Songwriters,
Okay.
Have Philly sound.
So here you are on the family tree, about to get a treat from a legendary Alfie Pilot. Let's give Alfie a hand, y'all. Let's give him a hand. Come on, Alfie.
Song.
gospel singer. I can't pick up the music that well.
Guys, mute yourself, guys. Mute yourself, guys.
Mute yourself.
Let's give Alfie a hand. Hey, hey.
Way to go.
All right. Thank you, Alfie.
That's
we appreciate you, man. You just got a treat here, y'all. That's the legendary Alfie Pilot joining us tonight on the family tree. I tell you, man, thank you, brother, for blessing us with your gift, man. We are so thankful for you, man, and all the good music that you brought. So thank you so much. Somebody's on the phone and we can't hear nothing.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Alfie. I appreciate it. Let's go down the list. Big B, do you have anyone on the chat box that actually has a question?
Well, you know what? We had some. I think you answered a good deal. Here's one: is expeller pressed sunflower seed oil refined?
Well, it's going to say on there if it's refined or unrefined.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
Yes. When you get it, it's called cold press.
Okay.
Yes, cold press. Everything is cold press. Remember, here we go, male female principle again. If you add heat, what's going to happen? If you add heat, what's going to happen? It's going to tear down. That's destruction. You're going to lose minerals. Got it? So you don't want nothing with heat. That's why everything when they press, like the grapes and the olives, they press it with cold press. If I use heat, I'm going to destroy it. You got it? Doesn't that make sense? That's it. So always cold press. Okay. So I believe that's what she's saying. It's not expeller press, but yeah, it will say refined or unrefined. Got it?
Okay. She said I bent down fast to get some shoes off the floor and almost passed out, Dr. Paul. Pressure's good. Not on my medication. Felt better after taking an iron drink. Yeah,
you got to watch when if you go down and the head goes below your waist, usually you can have a rush of course, blood rushing to the head. That's with anyone. That's with children, anyone. So be careful. Also, I would just say, make sure your spinal alignment is correct because sometimes issues with the cervical spine, you want to always get checked out. For C1 through C7, make sure there's no contraction issues going on where there's bone touching nerve. Got it? Because that could be something of a little irritation. You ever had an irritation in the neck and you can't move it around? Yeah. People have that, so just make sure that you're structurally sound, okay? So you would have to get an exam.
Okay. All right. I think you pretty much covered everything else, Dr. Paul.
All right, let's see. We got some more questions. If you have
Get some of those hands up.
I'm sorry, Brother Bill. There was a very important question. Somebody was asking about the COVID shot before they come see Dr. Paul.
What was that?
Somebody was asking a question about coming to see you. They had they're going to get a COVID shot or?
Oh, I didn't see that. Okay.
Yeah, go back up a little bit.
Okay.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Too late.
Yeah. Everybody has their choice. You do what you can do. Family, you got to get informed. You know what's going on. Do you know the numbers are going up? Even though we're getting more shots and vaccines, still the numbers are going up. I think they're promoting it the wrong way. They're promoting it that this is the cure-all, that now you can do the things and run wild and do whatever you want. No. They are shutting down. All the countries are shutting down again. Did you hear what the latest was? This just a few hours ago, they just announced Brazil. Did y'all hear this? This stuff it's no ways over. This is not over. You know, the concern is that they're opening schools. They're telling us that you can go and do as you please. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. You still have to build the immune system. You know, we're going to keep saying that message right here on the family tree. Every time you're going to get that, because we believe that the system is a perfect system created by a genius. The only protection you need is to build your system. You know, this is not the first time this planet has ever seen a virus. You know, we've gotten through it before, and, you know, just like we are like trees. Trees don't need nothing, do they?
That's right.
They don't need nothing. We just got the ability to move around. That's it. So you got everything is provided for you. The trees are for the healing of the nations. The herbs are the meat of the earth. Got it?
Now,
And y'all know, did y'all hear about the CDC doing this thing about zombies? Did y'all hear about the everybody blew up my phone, man. Did y'all hear about this? Did y'all hear about this?
I don't think so,
Hear
Dr.
about
Ho.
this?
I don't think they did.
No.
All right, they actually came out. The CDC just released this thing saying that there is a precaution for preparations for a zombie apocalypse. They actually came out with this, and this is real. This is real. I'm not kidding. This is not. This is not a joke. They put this on the website. That this is preparation for a zombie apocalypse. Now, that's a bad joke. That's bad taste to me. If you were playing, that's really bad taste. Either it's really bad taste or it's really real.
Just really bad taste.
So really, what is it? All you got to do, go to Google. I want everybody to Google. Just Google CDC zombie apocalypse. And they come out with these precautions, man. And I think it's in bad taste, very bad taste. There are people suffering, people dying, and y'all playing these games like, you know, they're what are you saying? CDC. I don't know, Prophetess, if you can get that up. You see it?
Yeah, I think I can get it.
Zombie preparedness, CDC.
Yes.
CDC zombie apocalypse.
Did you see this? This is crazy.
I'm gonna
What are y'all doing?
Put it in the chat right now, guys.
Yeah, I see it. I see it.
Right here.
Why? You know, yo, we're living in some strange times right now. Okay, very strange times right now. Focus on the solution, not the problems. Go back to building your system, cleanse your system, focus on the things that you need to be doing. And that's what taking your cleanse every change of seasons. Exercise is one of the things that I really tell folks to do. Do a little bit of exercise every day. I want you to start moving that sweat gland. Make sure you're sweating a little bit every day, because now that's pulling the poison and the toxins out of the body. So every day you get up, you should be doing something. Try to do it at the same time every day. So if it's, 8, 9, 10 o'clock, try to do it at that same time. You got it? Try to do it at the same time, because what you're doing, you're getting into a rhythm. We call that the circadian rhythm. That circadian rhythm is what you need to start to move this thing called the pseudomotor. That's the poison, to push that poison out of your body. You keep that moving, it's hard to keep stuff in you. Keep it moving. Got it? So keep that in mind. All right. All right.
And Dr. Paul.
Yes.
What is you see that I typed it in there for you for the building of your immune system about the website?
I didn't see. What'd you say?
I typed in my website. I think I sent it there, the whole group. I believe I did.
Okay. All right. Well, make sure you put it in there. Maybe Prophets would be nice enough to put it in there for everybody. Okay. All right.
Because that get definitely.
Okay. No problem. No problem. I got Ruth on the line. Ruth. Hey, Ruth.
Yes, how you doing, sir?
Oh, I'm doing well.
Can you tell me what is good for low platelets?
Blood platelets, yes. You have to build the blood count.
Okay, and can you build? What can you use for building the blood platelets?
Well, each individual is going to be different, but just not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease, just food for the soul. You got to start doing things that are blood cleansers.
Yes.
Things like burdock root. Things like yellow dock.
Yellow dock, burdock.
Okay, burdock root.
Okay.
Chaparral.
Okay.
Okay, all the alums, which would be the red onions or any of the onion family.
Mm-hmm.
And that's also the garlic.
Garlic.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All
Okay,
right.
so these things that you just mentioned, yellow dock, burdock, red onion, and garlic, those four things will come in herbal form,
Yep.
powder or
Well, you
pills or
can, well, of course, the onion and the garlic, of course, is vegetables, which you can
okay.
use as teas. You can
Teas.
steep those in hot teas. Get you a good water, and
Okay.
then you boil it, usually for about a 20-minute boil.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just drink the tea that comes from that. That's old school. And then
Okay.
when you do that, that helps to build the blood count. Remember where blood count and blood platelets come from. That
Mm-hmm.
comes from usually bone marrow, right? It
Mm-hmm.
comes from bone marrow. But people are having bone marrow issues. They cannot produce proper bone marrow because your gut's out of order.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. Go. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh, man.
Okay, step back. Step back. Okay, wait a minute. Give me a minute. Now you said the blood platelets are low because there's bone marrow issue because
Bone
the
marrow
gut
issues.
is not well.
The gut is not well.
You know,
That
you
is
just said
correct.
a whole lot. Okay. All right. Okay.
See, what happens is here's what happens. When you're eating food
Uh-huh.
and you start to get blockage in your gut, which is the villi, which is the little hairs that actually are in your gut. They're like little hairs. They really are hairs. Their job is to take the nutrients out of the food and bring it into you. But now people's villa is being either blocked or totally wiped out because of the pharmaceutical drugs, the processed food, the refined sugar, refined salt, all the gluten issues. Now you can't produce the proper nutrients for the body to produce the white blood cells, which actually fire off for the actual bone marrow. So now one problem causes the other problem. That's why everyone's so having bone issue or platelet issues. It's going back to the gut every time. So you got to clean the gut. And when you clean the gut, you're going to see how the blood goes up. So that's what the red onion, that's what the garlic, that's what these blood cleansers do. They are not only are they good for the liver, but they're cleaning out the gut at the same time and rebuilding the villi.
Yes.
Okay, but you gotta stay away from the gluten. You gotta be gluten free. Gluten free from everything. Stay away from the gluten. Stay away from the refined sugar, refined salt, refined oil, GMOs. Got it?
So
fermentation. Also, wait a minute. Fermentation, fermented foods. Got it?
such as I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. That's what we're here for. Fermented foods would be things like sauerkraut, apple cider vinegar, apple cider vinegar, dairy products. Got it? Things like that. Kombucha, kimchi. People have digestive issues trying to be probiotic. You don't have to be probiotic. You are the probiotic.
Yes.
You got to be prebiotic. That means you feed your body and your gut gets right, and then you produce the probiotic. Got it? That's that's the process. But usually the gut's so out of balance. So that's why the bone marrow starts to get real, you lose your density. You use the density of the bone, and then now they take you in, and then now that's going to cause issues with the thyroid because now you got a bone density issue. Then they're going to give you the DEXA test. See how one problem causes the other problem? It all comes back to cleaning the blood. That's why when people have the craziest problems, we start with the blood first. Clean the blood. That's what old folks used to say all the time.
Right.
They said, girl, you ain't got nothing but tired blood. That's all.
That's that diabetes,
Well,
I
Dr.
guess.
Paul,
Okay.
Dr. Paul, since you said something about thyroid, if the person had thyroid surgery and they're always tired, does that have anything to do with cleaning the blood, or is it something else they would have to do?
Well, if they removed the thyroid, they had it removed, right?
Right.
Yeah, so it depends on what they had removed. Was it a partial, or sometimes it'll be a full. They'll pull
No,
the
it was
whole
a
thing.
full.
It was a
She had a
full.
full thyroid. Full.
Okay.
So if you
Okay.
pull the thyroid, then you're probably going to pull also the parathyroid, which is your calcium regulator. So that means bone, joint, you're going to have the hair, skin, nails get thin, break off. Voltage starting to have issues. Hot room, you go in the hot room, you cold. Go in the cold room, you hot.
Correct.
Temperature issues, weight, temperature, pressure issues. So yeah, it's a one problem. That's why she has. Is it female? Was a
It's a
woman?
female, yes.
Okay, she
She's
has to
taking
go back.
something called Calcitrol, or something like that.
I would go back to all sea vegetables. That's what she has to go back to.
Okay.
Sea vegetables,
Okay.
things that are
All sea vegetables.
medium to long chain triglycerides, things that are sea moss, kelp, chlorella, spirulina, iodine based kelp, things like that. Those balance out the thyroid. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Ruth, did I
Thank you.
answer your
Thanks for letting me
question,
call in.
Ruth?
Yes, sir. But what I wanted to know was, you said something about you have to clean the blood. So what should you do for cleaning the blood?
Well, that's what it is. That's exactly what I said. All the ones I gave you are blood cleansers.
Yellow dock, burdock, red onion, and garlic.
Right. That's just a few.
They can come in the form of teas,
capsules, tea.
capsules.
Yep.
Okay, and they can all be bought from a herbal store.
Yes, that's right. Don't go to Rite Aid.
Don't go to Rite Aid.
Don't go to Rite Aid. That's the wrong aid.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. I appreciate it.
All right. Got it. All right. What else we got? We got Margaret. Margaret, hey Margaret, save me from this. Come on.
Hi, Dr. Paul. Did you mean Margaret C?
I got two Margarets. I do got two Margarets.
Yes, I raised my hand a long time ago.
All right, Margaret C.
Okay,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
Thank you.
So you don't
Thank
beat
you.
him up,
Sorry,
Margaret.
other Margaret.
Sorry, the other Margaret.
Okay, Dr. Paul, thank you for taking my question. And hi, everyone. I'm actually asking a question for my sister. She wanted to know, what can we do in regards to so much microplastic getting into our system? Now, I know we have the green drink, but we get so much plastic now into our system. It's like we get like the size of a credit card per week.
Yep. Yep.
So
you're absolutely correct. You're absolutely
that's
correct.
my one question. And my second question is in regards to when you were talking about things that we need to do in regards to the way our shoes look. So is that the only correction would be seeing a chiropractor? Is there anything else we can do naturally other than seeing a doctor, since there's only one doctor at this time that you recommend?
No, there's a lot of doctors that are out there. But yes, you need a correction. There is a misalignment issue there, which means it has to be corrected. That's like contraction will sit on there and people will be out of place for years and not even know that pain that they have and has everything to do with the hip being out of alignment, or the right hip, or there's actually, if you're able to, there's an ancient Chinese concept called it's actually where they'll take every part of your body and they'll just tune you up. It's actually like you'll put your hip in order, your arm, your elbow. It's actually it's called bone. What do they call it? Bone locking. I can't remember what it's called, but it's actually, you need a chiropractor sometimes to just realign you. Okay, because sometimes with the
very much so.
Everybody has the things that they do. Like, everybody has like their bed. Their bed may go like this, and they got that little dip right there where you lay in, or that chair you're in right now. You got that special place in that chair you're sitting right now. See, we have certain things that if you get used to for too long can be bad for your posture. So, and that's going to have long-term effects. So you have to be adjusted. Just like a car, it's called calibration. You need a calibration. So really, there's nothing going to take that off of there except for an adjustment. And also remember, what holds the spine in place is your muscles, your back muscles. But we have weak back muscles. People don't have strong backs. You move forward muscles, but you don't move your back muscles. So you got to start doing back exercises. That would be this. Got it? And also, what's the other one? Rows, right? Rows. There you go. I see you mean people getting it in over there.
So Dr. Paul,
Yes.
so do you have any recommendations for any chiropractors in Montgomery County?
No, the best thing you can do is I would call your coverage, because they all report to the coverage. So whatever coverage that you have, just call that number and just ask who's the closest chiropractor that's operating right now. Everyone has their own thing now, because some of the chiropractors have businesses that are in their homes or their addition to their homes. So they don't want to open that up to the public. So everyone's going to be different, So, a lot of doctors have their own private practice in part of their homes. So be careful. Just find out through your coverage. That's what I would do.
Okay, thank you. And my other question was regarding the microplastics.
Yeah, microplastics are, a major problem. And yes, people are digesting a lot of plastic in, whether it's in plastic from foods, drinks, things like that. Yes, we do have what's called any of the sea vegetables. I would go with not to diagnose, treat, kill, prevent any disease, just food for the soul. I would give you glutathione recommendations. Things like alpha lipoic acid. Okay, these are things that draw and drag out long chain triglycerides, like things like sea vegetables, like sea moss, kelp. They drag this stuff out of you. It has to drag like a dragnet. It pulls out of the system. Got it? Those are the things that I would do. Because also, don't forget about the humic and fulvic acids. Humic, Humic, which operates on the outside of the cell. And the other one is fulvic, Fulvic. Y'all see that volcano that's happening in Iceland over there? You see when that thing is boom, and then it comes down, and then that stuff cools down, all of that molten lava. Well, when it finally cools off, that's pure fulvic acid. That's the stuff that actually that's one day going to be, it's going to be nothing but greenery up there because it's very fertile. And you can use that to actually, it's the synergistic part that makes things grow. So that's what happens inside of your cell. So when you start to take things like that, that starts to, like a dragnet, pulls a lot of poison out of your body. So that's probably the best things I would use, Margaret. All right?
Wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Paul.
All right. We got the other Margaret. Where's the other Margaret at? Did she leave?
No, she's still there.
Oh, she's right over there. I see you, right, Margaret.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay.
Sorry to keep you waiting there, Margaret.
It's okay. Thanks for having me.
Wait a minute. You sound like, you got some echoing going on. Were you in the concert somewhere?
I don't know why I have echo. Is it really bad?
Yeah, it's real bad. Can everybody hear that? Or is that just me?
No.
Can you hear me now?
No, we can hear it.
We can hear it.
Okay, go ahead. You go ahead. Just go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So one question, two questions. I have my husband is taking medication, but he wants something herbal and to replace it. He's taking cholesterol pills, which is I'll spell it ATORVASTATIN.
Statin. Mm-hmm.
Right, and then he's taking lisinopril for high blood pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So what can he take in instead of those pills, like something herbal?
Yeah, he would need an assessment before we do anything. That's when your medication, you want to come in and get an RM3A, and then I can give you the best recommendation. The only thing I can give you is just in general. I tagged on a little bit of the cholesterol earlier today. We talked about, the oils, okay? You got to watch the oils. What kind of oil do you have? Do you cook with?
Right. Okay. And then it's my second question.
Wait a minute. Hold on. She said, okay, yeah, that's right. Next question. I
just had an assessment, Dr. Paul. And so my question is, for the green drink, can I put all of the pills, like break all the pills open and put it in the green drink?
Yeah, that's what I recommend. Remember what we talked about, right? Whenever you're trying to match energy. Okay. Remember, family, it's like the body doesn't have enough energy. And most of us, because we live in this northern hemisphere, we've never seen real energy. You've never seen real energy, because we're farther away from the equator. You never seen real energy. Maybe you got a glimpse of it when you went down to the islands. Everybody been down to the islands? You ever been there? You were messed up when you got down there. You said, I've never felt this good before in my life, right? Didn't you? Yeah, everybody's smiling. See, what's happening is you're getting that real energy. You're getting that real sun, real rays, but also the food has those rays also. Yes, so the mangoes and the pineapple and all that other good stuff that, the fruits, the vegetables, even the water has that ray of light in it. So that's going to wake up the rays of light inside of you. But now you living all the way up in this northern hemisphere. And next thing you know, you sitting there going, I'm just so tired all the time. I don't know what's going on. That's what it's about. So you got to get your energy. It's an energy game, y'all. It's an energy game. Okay. But you ain't telling me what kind of oil you got. What kind of oil you got?
Oh, so we talked about it.
I'm curious now. Yo, tell me. This don't say lard. Don't say lard.
Vegetable oil, we have canola, but you told me to get rid of the canola, so we got rid of that. But we also have the olive oil from Italy, and you said that wasn't good either.
Yeah, toss that one. Yep, you got all the good bad ones.
That's how it was on sale. I had a big bottle on sale for like $8.
It's $8. What's that?
Okay, how about that, right?
Wow. I'll make an appointment for him to get an assessment.
Okay, yeah, we'll get them straight. But definitely, you got to pull off the oils. That's what's going. I'm telling you, when you start to pull off that oil, get you a 9-in-1. Stop microwaving and start to do those things. I'm telling you, you're gonna see your numbers. I mean, improve incredibly. So just it's the oils, family. Your body doesn't need the oil. It really doesn't, and it causes gunk in your liver. So it slows everything down. The liver's like, I can't process this, and you're not drinking water anyway. It's really not. It's really causing a traffic jam inside of the filtration systems of your pancreas, your liver, and your kidneys. So it's causing problems. All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Margaret. Okay. All right. Thank you, Margaret. All right. Let's see. Who else do we have here? If we've spoken to you, you can drop your hand. I want to hear from someone I have not heard from before. Is that Eva? Eva? We got Eva. Is Eva there? Eva Harris? Okay, she's not there.
How about me?
Okay, we got Pearl's iPad 13. Is that Pearl's iPad 13? I guess they both sleep, huh? Okay. All right, let's see. John? I just got a John.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, John,
Okay,
how
John,
you
go
doing?
Okay, welcome. Thank you very much. I have a question about these ingredients in these foods. Uh, it just disturbs me because we have these poppy stores that have all these ingredients that we're not supposed to have. Is that against the law or are they permitting it?
Oh, you got to tell me what ingredients you're looking at. Do you know a specific one?
Polysorbate, yellow dye number 5.
Yeah. You sound like you're from New York, dear John. You from New York?
Yeah, Bronx, New York.
I can tell, man. That's New York in the house.
Yeah. I play music with Billy Mel in there.
I hear you, man. I can tell, man. Absolutely. We have a major problem with mandatory labeling laws. Nobody wants to tell us what's in the food. You know, this, like in the United States, anywhere else in the world, they have mandatory labeling laws, but not in the United States. So a lot of lobbying going on, a lot of backdoor dealing going on. Nobody wants to put anything on it. But if you go to Europe and anywhere, you better tell somebody if you genetically modify something or you do something to it. Got it? Yeah. So that's why there's no accountability. That's what they're doing to the salmon right now. You know, the salmon is genetically modified.
Yes,
they're modifying this thing with something out of an eel. And that eel, that thing, they're taking it from the embryo, making this thing because they want to make it grow larger so they can make more money to make this thing grow larger. But they said, wait a minute, if it's growing larger, you got to kill it at a certain time. But then you don't have to tell them till 2022. So you're not going to label it on the product. So yeah, John, it's a lot going on, man. You got to read labels. Yeah. And there's no accountability. Glyphosates, atrazines, you know, all these things that are chlorpyrifos, things you can't even pronounce, are being put in the food, and nobody wants to be accountable.
I know that's right.
Yeah,
I know that's right.
Me and my wife, we went to Belize, and the food was great. We got back here, and all of a sudden, went back downhill again.
Oh yeah, man. You can hit, as soon as you hit the atmosphere, you're gonna notice a change even when you hit the atmosphere. The pollutants in the air, they stick around. It's terrible, y'all. You got to take a trip now and then during this time when, you know, it's now you can't even travel now. It's so much going on. It's really ridiculous. So that's why no better time than now. You got to get your body and your temples in order, family. Cleanse every change of seasons. Do a colon cleanse. Keep it moving. Got it? Put life in the gut. So, John, you're spot on, man. Yeah, absolutely.
Get your passport, people. God bless you. Good luck.
Yeah, that's right. He said, get your passport. Everybody got your passport?
Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody got your passport? Is it up to date?
No. Yes.
Yes, I have to get mine.
Gotta remember, it's gotta be by 6 months.
Yep.
If it's within 6 months of expiring, you can't use it. You have to have it renewed before 6 months.
Yeah, and you know,
expiration.
Right, and I would suggest that if you get it done, get an expedited passport. Spend the extra money. Get it expedited if you can. You know, expedited means that you're going to move it along, you know, pay that little extra money. Don't let it get caught up. Because if there's anything that breaks out, you know, I remember one time, you know, there was a big, you know, I was about to apply for my second or third or update my passport. And I said, you know what, I'm going to go to the post office. I went to the post office, and then the line was too long. I said, you know what, I'll come back tomorrow. Well, that next day, the Gulf War happened. Got it? Came back the next day, all the passport applications were gone. I said, well, what's going on here? I saw a big stack of them here just yesterday. You know what they told me? They said, whenever there's imminent war, they're going to pull all passports.
Oh, wow.
Got it? What does that mean? They're going to put a freeze on everything.
Yeah.
That's why I say, if you ever get your passport, always expedite it. I always do an expedited passport. Pay the extra money to get it expedited. You know, it makes a big difference. Because you don't want to get it jammed up and it's taken 4 to 6 weeks or 6 to 8 weeks. And you never get it, and then something of an imminent war breaks out somewhere in the world. They're going to freeze everything, and then you're going to get
10 weeks
up.
now.
It's 10 weeks now. But if you get an expedited passport, 7 days. How about that? And
wow.
And usually it doesn't take 7 days. It usually takes about 3. You'll get it FedEx back to you. Okay, usually FedEx back to you.
You have to show proof of a vaccine with these documents going in and on transportation. Both
they're getting ready to do that. I understand.
Well, they're trying to move towards countries like Israel just went on, and they're pushing forward to that very move. That if you do not have it, huh?
What do we do that don't take the vaccine and we want to go, and they require?
Well, there's no laws now. There's no laws right now. There's just speculation, and there's language right now that's leading in that live. They're trying to do the 2-tier on you. The 2-tier is going to be either here's the people who have it, and that's what they can do, and here's who don't have it, and this is what you can't do.
Right.
You know,
Can I chime in on an expedited passport?
Yes,
You can't get an expedited passport right now, only if there's death. They're not doing any expedited, nor are they doing emergency passports.
See, a lot of stuff is cut. The doors are shutting, y'all. The doors are shutting, and it's shutting fast. As a matter of fact, if you even want to get an appointment, you got to set up an appointment to get one. Is that correct? Yes. Is that someone that works?
That is correct. Yes.
You got to set up an appointment.
And you cannot be traveling. Remember, you used to be able to get it within 14 days. Be traveling within 14 days. That's no longer the case.
Yeah.
There's no emergencies, and there are no expedited unless it's death.
Yeah. Wow. See what I'm saying, folks? The door is closing fast. It's closing fast.
It's best to just file for your passport and just hope to get it in time.
Yeah, just get it out there, y'all. You know, get your pictures and all that stuff ready, and do the best you can, because it just gives you what's called the rights of transit. Gives you the rights of transit, the ability for you to transit from one to the other. And it is just something, and it's the times that we live in right now. All right. Okay. Who do we have now? Let's talk about, who's 215-272-1784. Is that a number or a person or?
No way to know. No way to know.
Dr.
All right.
Actually a person.
Going once, going twice.
It's a person.
It's a person. Who is the person? I don't know who this person is. Who is that?
I am new. My name is Diane.
Hey, Diane.
I am new to this family, and I'm listening, and I am getting all sorts of information because I actually took the vaccine, didn't want to take it because I am a essential worker, and I need to cleanse my body because I got sick from it.
Wow.
So I'm going to make arrangements to get an appointment with you, and we just got to scrub this body and get this germ out of my body because I've never taken any kind of chemical in my body, but I got to get rid of it. It's no good for me.
Yeah. And remember, this is going in it actually says what it actually says in the actual literature. It actually says that it's an injectable operating system.
Yes.
What does that mean? I don't like the sound of that.
I don't like the sound of that. All the guys know what that is. all the guys eyes just look like, because all the guys working on computers like, whoa, what do you think? I know what that means.
No, that's like having a chip in your body.
And
some kind of chip that's going to control you.
Big brother.
And it's actually attaching to you have approximately 70 trillion cells, and it's just attached to every single one of them.
Oh my God. Wow.
Got it? That's what's happening, family. So what do we do now? What do we do? And I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of folks calling, same situation. Saying that, I took it and didn't know, or had, changed my mind. That's okay. That's all right. We understand that these things happen, and we're all on this learning path. So I would say what you want to do, back to when we were talking earlier, you got to clean the blood, got to clean the system, clean it. The body already recognizes what's not real and what's real. Got it? So that's That's your thymus does that. That's what's actually part of that,
Yes,
that
so true.
system of glands that actually is looking for things that don't belong there. Hey, y'all know who you are, get out. And it's trying to work on that. So that's where you do things, but it needs that certain type of energy. I mentioned to you a few things today. I mentioned the burdock root, the golden seal. Well, I didn't mention the golden seal, but golden seal. You know, these are herbs, not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease. That's food for the soul. But also the humic and the fulvic acids. Got it?
Yes.
Those are things that humic works on the outside of the cell. Fulvic works on the inside of the cell.
Okay.
Got it? That's what they work. They work on the mitochondria because the messenger RNA works on the mitochondria. It's attaching to your cells. It's actually starting to connect to the cells, and it sort of shuts down these things that you have called NK cells, which are natural killers. This is the white blood cells that are actually your body naturally does. But now when it overrides these protein spike indicators, your cells, and now it starts taking over, it can do what it wants to do, then it shuts down your NK cells. There's a problem. We got confusion going on. You got me? So
yes,
that's why you want to do things like the humic, fulvic, you know, those are things like seaweeds, chlorella. Chlorella is very good. Chlorella. 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 These are the things that we use to cleanse, and they have those long chain triglycerides. Sea moss, that's why sea moss is so good. All of these things are enriched with the ability to dragnet this stuff out of you.
Okay.
That's the best. That's the best thing I can say right now. Because I mean, I have to even do further research on what this thing. Because the deeper I get, the rabbit hole just keeps on going. And I mean, it's like it just goes deeper and deeper, y'all. I mean, the more I look down the hole, I ain't going down that joint.
Absolutely.
It just goes deeper and deeper, and that's why I say just keep yourself cleansed. Don't worry about the enemy and what enemies and all the stuff that's going on, and you hear all the conspiracy theories. Don't get into that.
Yes.
Don't get into it. Just focus on you. The only truth you have is what's happening inside of you. You got it? That's it.
I appreciate that, doctor, because that conspiracy theory, once I started looking it up,
yeah, so
it was like amazing, but I know the true thing was to get it from someone that is more holistic than anything.
Yeah, focus on what is happening inside of you. Got it? It's a perfect system created by a genius. And it's going to function. It's going to protect you. It's going to be what's inside of you. Because remember, even the protein spike indicator is trying to make your body do something. It's banking on the fact that it's your immune system anyway.
Yes.
Wow.
It's trying to get your immune to do something anyway. So why don't you feed the immune system and build the immune system, and you have to worry about none of this?
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Doesn't that make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
And ultimately, if you're doing something to try to make the immune response move, that's like if you're trying to make the immune system do something, remember, that's your defense. That's your defense, right? And if I'm trying to throw rocks at your house, what you gonna do? You gonna throw them back, ain't you?
Yes, absolutely.
I know that's right.
Y'all mean.
Right.
Don't be y'all
Well,
just
that's
mean.
just the
I'm
way
not
it be.
going to duck and dodge.
You ain't going to duck and dodge, right? So you going to pick up some more rocks and throw them back. So that's trying to start your body to defend itself. And that means it can only be an enemy. So that means it can only be a poison. You got it? It can only be a poison. Anything that stimulates the immune system to move is got to be a poison. That's why they say to put the flu in the flu shot and all that other stuff. No, this one doesn't have any of those things. Okay, but still you're stimulating the immune system to do something, so it's got to be a poison.
Yeah.
But see, they don't. That's one thing that they cannot address. You know, you can't address that.
Well, I'll be seeing you soon, so
Yeah,
we'll
focus.
go over that.
Yeah,
with the
absolutely.
consultation.
Absolutely. I would say, just focus on the solutions, family. Don't get into that bad energy, because if you lock into that bad energy, that's going to send you into a state of acidosis. Now
There
you're
you go.
worrying.
There you go.
Yes.
Worrying. You're in a state of fear, anxiety, depression, all that stuff. Don't get in it. Don't do it. Don't do it. You got to stay happy, be glad, play your favorite music, dance. That's why I have y'all dancing in here. We're going to dance before we get out of here.
Before we get out.
All right.
Dancing coming in, dancing going out. That's what's up.
You got it?
Thank
So
you
you
so
got-
much, Doctor. I appreciate
Absolutely. No problem. We're going up to, 10 minutes before the hour? Big B, I
Yes,
saw
sir.
your finger go up about 20 minutes ago. I just wanted to get a couple people in.
No, that's
But,
fine.
I'm going to
That's
take
fine.
a couple more questions,
Sure
and
thing.
then, because I know it's a hot topic. It is a
Certainly.
hot topic, and all the confusion that's going on. Y'all need another source for doing something. That's why the family tree, we do this family tree, so that you can actually get into other alternative and understandings and different language, different vibration.
yes,
Isn't it different energy in here? That's
Yes.
what you want.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
Absolutely.
Different energy. Got it?
What
All
was
right.
your original topic for the day? What were we supposed to talk about today?
Everything.
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 I just want to say Laverne Lattimore has had her hand up since the beginning of class.
Laverne, I didn't even see you, Laverne. I see you, Laverne. Go ahead, Laverne. First, you got to take your phone. You got to take the mute off first.
Thank you, Dr. Paul, for having me.
All right.
I do have a medical background, and we studied about parsley. You chew parsley as often as you chew gum, and you chew it and swallow it. Chew it, parsley, curly parsley, and swallow it. And that's good for the blood. It cleanses the blood. It helps to control your blood pressure, and as well as other things. Your sugar, craving for sugar and sweets. The parsley is very good, but I didn't hear you mention that. However, I wanted to know about olive oil. How come you don't recommend us using olive oil for frying, like if you want to fry some fish?
What?
Okay, you want to fry some fish? Okay, couple of things. Let's talk about that parsley first. First, parsley is excellent. I do talk about parsley. I did a whole show on that. Was my herb of the day.
I must have missed it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, parsley is actually very good. The reason why I use parsley is because parsley is one of those, again, herbs that resets the gut. You got it?
Yes, sir.
Gets the bowels moving. If you have constipation, all you got to do, grab you some parsley. I guarantee you better stay close to home. All right, parsley is no joke. Absolutely. You get you some raw parsley, you can grow that right out in your yard. Yep, absolutely. Wonderful for gut balance, regenerating the villi. That's my big thing right now. Regenerate your gut. If you want to know why people cannot lose weight, it's because of the villi in the gut. You're not assimilating. You lost the ability to assimilate. So that's what parsley does. All right. And now, what was the other one? Was talking about the olive oil.
Olive oil. I understand you're not recommending us to use it.
Only because they confiscated 7,000 tons of olive oil out of Italy about 5 or 6 years ago, and it's still going on. And it was not olive oil; it was actually canola oil. Got it?
So it is all right to use olive oil.
Only if it's from 3 locations, not from Italy,
Not from Italy.
Spain, Greece, or Morocco. Those are the 3. The highest being Morocco.
Or Morocco.
Northern Africa. Now, isn't that interesting?
Even if it's organic?
I thought Morocco was Spain, part of Spain.
No.
Where is Morocco? That's Northern Africa.
Northern Africa. Okay, thank you very much. I'm sorry but I needed to know.
That's all right.
All right.
That's all right.
That's why we learning on the family tree. That's right.
Thank you so kindly. Thank
We
you.
also do geography.
Well-rounded.
Oh yes, absolutely.
And by the way, Dr. Paul, I did get my first Pfizer shot.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel bad with it. In fact, I felt some benefits from it as far as clearing up my thinking. It seemed like it helped me. I didn't see anything bad about it. And I'm supposed to go in for the next scheduled one in April the 5th.
Okay.
So,
all right.
I don't think it's a bad thing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Each his own. You know, when you take a vaccine and decide to take it, that's between you and your God.
All right.
You know, what you're going to have to do is basically, my concern is that you know what you're putting in the most precious, most sacred part of your body.
Yes.
You got it?
Yes.
If it's not alive, it's dead. It can't give you life. Got it? You got to keep that in mind. So you know, just keep those things in mind. Remember, the effects of what they have not been totally proven. There have been no animal testing.
Yes.
Right.
So where is the animal testing? People are the animal
We are
testing.
the animals at this point. Yes.
So just be informed, okay? Don't just take it before. My concern is people just taking it because, oh, I got it, you got to need to get it out. Don't watch the marketing. Just make sure that if you've done all the research, and if that's your choice, then that's your choice. You got it? But I think everybody knows where I stand on that, okay?
Thank you very much.
We got last one. Let's see who else is on here. All right.
I'm here, Dr. Paul.
All right, I gotta take one more, and then we gotta go because I'm about to go watch Reef.
I know that's right.
Oh, definitely.
That's right.
Can I
All
ask
right.
my
All
one?
right.
Dark life there. Dark.
All right. Let's see.
I've been on since the start.
Okay. Let's see. Let me grab someone else.
Take a mail.
Is
May.
that Joseph? Is that Joseph?
Yes,
Yes, Joseph. LA Joseph. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much. I was invited by Karen Pearl Govins, and I've been enjoying the last few weeks. I had a question last week about the what can you say about the prostrate for men? What's a good thing to keep it
to keep the yeah, you gotta. Well, the whole thing is you gotta look at the issues with prostate. I'm finding in a lot of the men the issues that start off with number one, constipation.
Right.
Got it?
Okay.
You gotta keep them. You gotta keep the bowels moving because, like women, where constipation affects the uterus area, where the front part of the 1 inch from the navel, top of the uterus. For men, constipation affects the rectum. Okay, gets stuck in the rectum, stays there, not moving. Small wall moves right into the prostate. Got it. Number two, so eating at the wrong times. That's one thing for men. Got it. The other thing is lower back problems. Lower back problems. Men who have lower lumbar issues tend to cut, or we say the contraction in the lower lumbar actually is in the area of usually the L1 through L2 through L5 can affect the prostate. It stops the circulation moving in that area that feeds that area, that lower burner. Okay, that's number two. Number three, usually watch the heavy starches. Got it? Breads. Watch the breads.
Yes. Big one.
Lowers testosterone level.
Yes.
Lowers testosterone level. Watch the testosterone level because that even men we eat a lot of bread. That's going to lower the testosterone level, and then that starts to lower the burner. Okay, so that's another one. Watch the sugar. Too much sugar. Refined sugar, refined salt, refined oils. So not to diagnose, treat, kill, prevent any disease, just food for the soul. There are herbs that we recommend for men to clean the prostate. And that would be something that's called pygeum or pingium. It's Pygeum.
Let me write that Pygeum.
Pygeum, or some call it pingium. Another one is sal palmetto. Okay. Every man should have the astringents. One is wild alum, witch hazel, and the other one is witch hazel, alum, and shepherd's purse.
Right. Okay.
Those are your three.
Shepherd's purse. The last
Shepherd's
part?
purse. Yeah. First.
Ladies first.
Shepherd's purse. Shepherd's purse. Those are astringents. Usually, the first sign of weakness of the prostate is when basically incontinence. Incontinence is the first sign. Okay. And then, of course, I would give you pumpkin seed oil. Pumpkin seed oil. Okay, pumpkin seed oil is very good, very high in zinc. Very good. So those are just some of the things that we check with. You got to get that. Let me tell you, the big one is constipation. That's it. You got to get it moving. You got to flush it out. We're eating at the wrong time. Try not to eat meat after 7 o'clock. A lot of, the game's on, eating the steaks, hot dogs, processed nitrate meats, things like that. All that stuff sits in the gut and this doesn't go anywhere. And then that's like poison going right into the area of the prostate. So be careful, okay?
All right. Bless you.
All right. Family, it's time to go. It has been a pleasure. I hope. Did y'all learn anything tonight, y'all?
Yes.
Hey.
That's what's up.
All right. Did we learn anything? That's what we want to do. Yes, and we want to always have ability to come and bring your questions to the family tree. This is an ancient concept of gathering around the tree to talk about whatever's going on in the community, whatever's going around our people, because our greatest strength is each other. Your social security. Say it slow, y'all. Social security.
Social security.
It ain't no check.
That's right.
Social
security. So that
ain't
means
no stimulus check.
It ain't no stimulus.
Second one.
I'm not even gonna touch that one, Dr.
Y'all
Paul.
funny.
I'm not even back to that.
So Big B, close us out, man. Tell us what's going on and tell the family.
No, I was just going to say, even before we close, I want to give a praise report. Dr. Paul May wanted all of us to know that her 12-year-old granddaughter, Kayla, had her test and it was negative for this COVID.
Yay! All right.
Yes, Lord.
Guys, what it's all about, keeping the family healthy.
Trust them.
Listen, guys, that's why we do this here at the Family Tree. So that in each time we close off this thing, again, it's all about sharing the information, and there's no better way to do that. And instead of just doing it the way that we do it, the best way to do that is to share. And we do that by doing what? Continue to support our effort by sharing something with us here at Dr. Paul's Cash App. You know what that is? And that is that's capital, that is the dollar sign, capital DR, capital PAUL, HOP, that's capital HOP. Okay. And that way we make sure that we continue to share this information, because guess what? There is no better place than the house around the tree. How about that?
All right, family. And like I said, we always talk about the family tree, and all the proceeds that go from this don't go to me. It just goes back into the sowing of this, making it a better place, so that Big B over there does all the editing and he puts it all on the social media side. So everything goes over to Bill and he helps to keep this thing running.
Yes.
So I thank you all for tuning in. It has been a pleasure. And I always want to end off with what? What do I got to end off
Some
with?
Caribbean music.
Y'all got to do some dancing. All right. Can y'all hear that music?
Yes, sir.
It's still my birthday. That's right.
Happy
Birthday.
All right, let me see y'all move now. Come on, y'all gonna see y'all move. Y'all got to dance. Happy birthday to all the birthday folks out there. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
It's my anniversary.
Dave, this is David Stubbs. What's up, Dave? All right, good seeing y'all. I just want to say thank you, family, for chiming in. And remember, if you're breathing,
You
got a shot. God bless y'all.
Good night.
Thank you.
And not the COVID shot.
Thanks for the resolution.
Thank you.
Aretha's on. All right. they can dance. Some people really can dance. You know that? Some of them can really dance. Come on, y'all. Shake it a little bit. Shake it, y'all.
Make sure you got a copy of the check. Send me an email. That's meccavideo@gmail.com.
That's right. Come on, shake it, y'all. Come on. Don't just look at the screen. Shake it there. Come on.
Yeah.
You know what they used to say? I had an aunt. She said, "Stop acting like somebody done dipped you in prune juice. Get up and dance, boy."
I'm not touching that one, boy. No.
All right. I want to thank you all. Have a wonderful and blessed evening and a most wonderful weekend. All right. Be safe out there. Wrap it up. Build your immune system, and God bless y'all.
What's the name, What's the name, Dr. Paul?
What's the name of what?
What we listening to?
Oh, it's a samba.
Who's it by?
It's actually a mix.
Oh, okay.
It's by a group called Nova.
Okay, cool.
Nova Samba.
Loving it.
Yes, it's wonderful music.
Yes, don't turn it off.
I tell people, if you can't feel samba, you better check your pulse.
I know that's right.
Hey, Big B, I see you.
Yes. Sound like Fertile Graham.
All right, though.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, y'all have a wonderful time.
Good night.
And remember, this rebroadcast will be on Dr. Paul, the actual Dr. Paul Facebook, and that's Holistic Health. Go to Facebook, log into the private network, and I'll bring you on in. All right?
There you go.
All right.
All right.
All right. Love y'all much. God bless y'all.
Good night.
Take care.
One love.
Get it over.
My anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, happy anniversary.
That sounds so good.
All right.
Good way to end the night. Yay.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Love.
Bye-bye.
Bye.